Good day, beautiful people. I am the Trail Lord here to do my self care check in for the week of 27. Yes, I had to look. The days just run by and the weeks run by. I can't believe that, like, we're literally on week 27 already. So, let's jump into my check in. So, what did week 27 look like for me? Um, it looked like probably all the other weeks. But I will say for over the last 7 weeks, my mental self care has been at the top of my self care list. And the reason why I go back and say 7 weeks because um, that's around the time that I went back to therapy. And if you haven't heard or didn't know, like, therapy has been a life changing moment for me. And so prior to those 7 weeks, like, I felt like I was going back to like old behaviors and old thinking and old responding methods. And so I was like, I need to go back to therapy because there are some things that I really truly need to start working on. So my mental self care has been the top of that mental self care list. And then going to therapy also makes my emotional self care just as a priority because they play in my life a big role because it's funny because I used to be like, I don't have emotions. I don't know how to express emotions, but truly I did and I do, and I'm very sensitive with my emotions, which is why I needed to go back to therapy, alone getting into therapy, period, because my emotions got the very best of me. And I saw that coming back, and I needed to get control of it. So my mental and my emotional play hand in hand. So those are two major things that I'm constantly working on. I'm constantly attentive to week to week. On top of those two is the physical. Um, my physical self care kicked in probably before I even started this 52-week journey. Because when my daughter started track, um, actually it's been an actual year to this day, makes a whole year. When she started track, there's a whole track out there. I have an hour and a half of doing nothing. So I was like, I'm gonna just start walking the track. And shortly after that, probably like towards the beginning of the year, me and a friend of mine was like, we're gonna start doing like this walking challenge and start doing like, I think we started off at 5 miles a week and eventually went up to 7. So walking had become a big physical exercise in my life. And currently, I joined the November 3000 squat challenge for the St. Jude Children's Research Center. So every day I am doing about 50 to 150 squats a day. Last checked, I was at 1,072, and then I did 100 yesterday, so I'm at 1172. So I am almost halfway there. So those are the three of the four self-care um, factors that I intentionally incorporate week to week. And so the last one is the spiritual. And so I think going into this, yeah, excuse me, my voice a little dry. And we'll get to this in a little while Well, my voice is a little bit dry, but it's okay. And I got candy in my mouth to kind of keep my mouth a little juicy as I talk to y'all. But the last self-care element is the spiritual self-care. And going into this, like, I consider, like, when you hear spiritual, you think about like the religion and you know, religion and God and praying. And of course that's important. I mean, for me it's important because I know who my Heavenly Father is. And showing gratitude, thanking Him every day. So every morning I wake up, I intentionally, before I do anything else, before I get out of bed, get on my phone, even get my kids up, and I have encouraged them to do this, is to thank God for waking us up on this day, because it's a privilege to be here. Rather, if we believe it or not, it's truly a privilege. And thanking God for allowing us to be here is a act of gratitude, which falls up under your spiritual self-care. So showing gratitude, and not just showing gratitude to our Heavenly Father, but those around us, the people that impact your life. You might be having a bad day and somebody give you a compliment, and just, you know, I really did appreciate it. You just don't know what I was going through. And that compliment just helped change my whole mood. So showing acts of gratitude. I have a whole list of it. I'm not going to go through them. But another act that falls under the spiritual category that I have been doing, when did I start doing this? Maybe like June, July, May, one of those months, I don't know. But going to yoga. Yoga was something I always wanted to do, but I really didn't know how to get into it. But I also didn't put the research and the effort into really learning. And I linked up with one of my husband's cousins, and we did yoga together. And so that's now something that I intentionally do every week. And so if you practice yoga, you know there's a spiritual aspect of it during the meditation phase, allowing your body to be free, allowing your mind to be free. And, you know, being in your inner body. I personally feel like that's definitely a spiritual thing, because it takes a sense of release and letting go to be in tune with your body. So that's another spiritual practice that I incorporate in my self-care, which is yoga, meditation, and of course showing acts of gratitude and being present in the moment. I went to a healing retreat in 21, I believe it was. Yeah, 21. And we had to discuss one of the things that we wanted to take away. And for me, it was being present. For some reason, I have this thing of like you have a trip coming or a big event, and it usually takes a long time for those things to happen in our mind. Like, oh my God, like it's so long away. And then when it finally gets here, like you're so excited about it, but you're like, man, it's gonna be over with. And so I just had to start grounding myself and being present in that moment and enjoying that moment, that event, whatever it is, while I'm there, and focusing on that. That's another act of self-care under the spiritual realm, which is being present in the moment, being there, not having your mind elsewhere and think about, oh, this is going to be over. And I'm enjoying myself, but I don't want to end. Like being present in the moment, captioning pictures and videos, then you can always go back and relive those moments. So those are some of the things that I do day to day, week to week, throughout this self-care journey. And this is my journey. And your journey will look different for your self-care. So I did get in my self-care book today. And the weekly check-in was, overall, what was your sleeping pattern like this week? And has anything in your life been impacting your sleep? And when I started therapy in 2020, I didn't realize that my sleep was off. I just thought, I just go to sleep when I feel like it and I wake up. And like when I really started to have like focus on it and track, I was like, dang, like I really don't get a lot of sleep. It takes me forever to go to sleep. And then like as soon as I go to sleep, I'm up again. And then there's like no naps or anything in between that. So my sleep pattern has definitely progressed in a positive way from then to now. And so the reason why my voice sounds like this is because I literally not just woke up from a nap, but I just woke up from a nap. And the reason why is because I was up all night, well, late last night, watching The Crown, season 5. I don't know how it started, but I kind of got like an obsession with the British royals and that lifestyle and stuff like that. So I've been like really, really waiting on The Crown season 5 to come out on Netflix. And it came out, I think, like the 9th, the 7th, 8th, 9th, one of those days. And so I finally got caught up on it last night. And I didn't watch like all 10 or 13 episodes. I only got to like 3. But that's why I was up. And I think I went to bed maybe like 2, 3 this morning. Had to be up at 6. I usually wake up at 5:30 because I have a 5:30 alarm to make sure I hear my oldest get out the door. And then I turn up and get at 6:45 to get the other 2. So I'm up, and then of course, so when I was driving back home there, I was like really sleeping. I was like, I gotta do these videos, I gotta record, I gotta get this podcast going because I'm still like haven't released November's episode and I'm working on it. But I was like, I'm finna go take me a nap. And I got home probably a little bit after 9:30 and I took me a nap. And I got up a little bit after 1 and decided to get this video together. Just one of maybe the 3 or 4 videos I got to record. But you can only do what you can. And I decided, when I decided to start back podcasting and sharing this journey with you all, that I wasn't going to allow myself to become overwhelmed and stressed about making sure I get it out. Like I will get it out. And I prefer to get it out in a timely manner. But I also know that sometimes life happens and I'm not going to overwhelm myself with it because it will happen. And, the whole purpose of this is me sharing my self-care journey with you all. And part of self-care is learning when you've done too much and when it's okay to pull back. So if you guys understand me and you're following me, then you understand that, life getting in the way. She gonna come with it. She gonna give us what we want. And I appreciate you guys. So thank you for going on this journey with me. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear like, how is your self-care journey going? Do you have a self-care journey? And do you feel like this is something you could benefit from? Or is you like you got it together? Share with me. I want to know. Comment under these videos. DM me. You can email me at southerntpodcast@gmail.com. I am on Facebook, Southern Tea Podcast. I am on Instagram, STWAT, which is the abbreviation of Southern Tea with the Twist Podcast. I am on TikTok, same STWAT_podcast. I am on YouTube. So pretty much wherever you get your social media content from, I'm right there with you. So until next time, beautiful people, remember to take care of yourself. You can't take care of you. You can't take care of others if you're not taking care of you. You have to fill your cup up just as much as you have to fill others. Until next time, beautiful people.